Cameron is watching a football match with his family of his favorite football team, the Saviors. He is with his family, cheering their favorite player, Isaiah. They are overjoyed when Isaiah scores the league-winning touchdown, but while scoring, he gets badly injured. The commentator says this might be the end of his career. His father says that's what it takes to be great: sacrifice and gut. He says he can also be a great player like him if willing to make sacrifices. 14 years later, Isaiah is able to overcome his injury and becomes one of the best players in the league, the GOAT. However, rumors have it that he may be retiring soon. Cam has also grown up and become a great young player. Some even consider him to next GOAT, but his father is no more. He, in an interview, says family is everything for him, and his father was his biggest supporter. His girlfriend reminds everyone that she is his permanent girlfriend. One day, he is training on the ground when suddenly the ball is spinning non-stop. He grabs the ball when a man in a goat mask hits him hard on the head. He got a crack on his skull. The doctor says that if he gets another injury to the head, he will risk permanent brain damage. She advised against playing football, but motivated by his new agent, Tom, he decides to participate in the draft as it's his best chance to play in the big league. While cutting his hair, his mother and brother get into an argument as she doesn't want him to get hurt. Suddenly, the barber mistakenly cuts his wound. He gets angry and says that he is good and wants to participate, but her mother advises against it. His agent, Tom, who's also Isaiah's agent, held a press conference to inform that he is unable to participate in the draft. The reporter asks him if Isaiah is retiring and if the Savior is going to sign Cam in place of him, but he leaves without answering. Cam is back home partying when he receives a call from his agent, who informs him that Isaiah is considering retirement and wants him to be his successor. For that, he wants him to train with him in his compound. Cam is going to his compound, where he sees his fans camping there. Among them, Marjorie says that they don't like him as he is replacing their idol. Cam arrives at the house and lets himself in. He is watching his trophies and achievements. He finds him in a room, skinning some animals. Seeing him, Isaiah welcomes him into their house. He asks for his phone, and as for the training, there will be no distractions. They start training. Together they enjoy while training. He introduced him to his physician, Marco. He tells Cam to take out his clothes because a full-body check will be conducted. While they are doing a checkup on him, Isaiah asks him about his childhood and family. To be great, he needs to find something that motivates him to push harder. After the checkup, he meets with Isaiah's wife, Elsie, who is selling crystals. She welcomes him and says that it's good that he is here, as Isaiah is getting tense with the prospect of retirement. She gives a crystal and leaves from there. Cam is taking an ice bath when he sees that Isaiah is transferring his blood. He asks about it, and he says now that his blood oxygen count is high, so he stores it and uses it when he needs to push harder. He asks him if he needs it, but he declines. After Isaiah leaves, Marco pushes an injection and says it's for the pain. The next day, he is woken up by a worker who tells him to get up and ready for the training. While running with Isaiah, he gets tired and Isaiah gets ahead. He starts to vomit and lies down on the ground. He hallucinates that a person in a costume is attacking him. Isaiah arrives there and says help is coming. Meanwhile, he needs to breathe. Back home, Cam is taking oxygen when Isaiah comes and they talk about football. Cam sees some players coming. Isaiah says they are here to train with them. The training starts and Isaiah feels Cam is too slow. He asks for a volunteer and a guy says he will do it. The guy stands in front of the ball-throwing machine. Isaiah starts the training again, and as soon as he is missing, they throw the ball at the guy's face. Cam is surprised to see the situation. Isaiah tells him that this is not a game. The man's life is in his hands. Do better. Cam concentrates and tries hard, but others fail to catch the ball. He gets angrier at them. The guy is getting hit harder and harder. Cam gets into a fight with one of the catchers. When Isaiah comes there and says don't behave like this, it's his fault. Glory or defeat, it's all on him. Cam closes his eyes, and he throws it successfully. He goes to the guy and sees him smiling. He thanks Isaiah for the opportunity. Marco is checking Cam and says he needs to be in the hyperbaric chamber for a few hours. Isaiah puts him in the chamber and informs him that the guy will be okay. Before leaving, he tells him that for others, it is God, family, and football. But for him, it's football, family, and God. After he leaves, Cam starts to hallucinate in the chamber. The next morning, he is again woken up by the trainer. They are doing a test on him, and Marco is pushing the injection into him. They are training for a real match, but other players are being rough. Cam complains, but Isaiah says this is not his college league. It's the real deal. If he can't take it, he shouldn't be here. Cam then gets prepared, and when the player comes in, he hits him hard. He is pumped, and others also join him. Isaiah embraces him while walking in the corridor. Cam again starts to hallucinate. He sees a football and people clicking his photos. Someone is trying to strangle him. He comes back to his senses. He calls his mother and tells her he is okay and doing fine. Suddenly, Marco calls him from behind, afraid he cut the call. Marco goes and sits beside him, and he is a bit drunk. He tells Cam never to kill himself for the job. Like he did, he can't even see his family for this job. He says it's a shame that he is so talented, but still, he is preparing for the wrong thing. When he asks what he's preparing for, he leaves from there, saying that only one man comes out of the Coliseum. Marjorie and her friends have broken into Isaiah's house. Isaiah and Cam are taking a sauna. Isaiah says he is going to miss football. He loves everything about it, and it will be hard to see someone else do what he does best. He leaves from there, and Cam takes a nap in the room. Marjorie comes inside the room. She takes a rock and is ready to hit him. His friends move away from there. But before she strikes the blow, Cam wakes up and avoids her blow. He then gets hold of her and starts to choke her. She stops breathing, and he gets scared when Isaiah comes there. Marjorie, still alive, tries to attack Cam, but Isaiah stops her. She tries to kiss him. After kissing her, Isaiah throws her. He is pumped and says that's what it takes to win. Elsie comforts shocked Cam. She says in their world, it is pretty normal. He will understand after getting famous. She asks him to join the party. In there, she, with the girls, seduces him. The next morning, drunk Cam wakes up and sees Isaiah standing there with a gun. He asks if he slept with her, but he says he's got a girlfriend. He starts to mock him for feeling guilty about cheating on his girlfriend. He says the real greatest doesn't care about others' feelings. Cam and Isaiah are practicing shooting in the desert when Isaiah offers him that if he can defeat him, he will gift him a car, house, or anything he wants. But if he wins, he has to give him his youth. But Cam declines, saying he likes to earn his things, and if he wins, he will let him play behind him. He is taking the injection and training daily. Elsie organizes a media photo shoot, where Cam says that his inspiration is his father. He always trained him. That's what motivated him to push forward, so he can become the player his father wants. He is training when Elsie comes and asks if he wants to join a party, but he declines as he needs to train. When she says it's the party where Savior's owners will be present. They may want to meet with him before they sign him. Cam gets ready to go to the party. Elsie asks Isaiah if he wants to go, but he says he will be at home watching his old clips. On the way, she explains to him how to talk with the owners. They arrive at the party. Elsie goes ahead to talk with others. Marco comes to him and he tells him to run. Elsie calls him to introduce him to others. He is happy to see his agent, Tom. He then meets with the owners. They, after talking to him, ask the most important question, whether he wants to be a savior. He agrees, and they drink on him. After drinking, he starts hallucinating. Elsie is stabbing someone. In a disoriented state, he finds Marco's severed head in a room. Elsie comes there and asks if he's okay when he faints there. He wakes up and sees that they are giving him Isaiah's blood. He frees himself. He is weak, but manages to get up to the table. There he finds an injection where run is written, a gift from Marco. He pushes it inside and gains strength. He goes out and takes Isaiah's trophy. He then goes inside his room. He sees him watching old videos of a cheering crowd. He tries to stab him with a trophy, but he avoids and punches him. Cam notices the door drifting shut. He asks him why he's giving him his blood. Isaiah says technically it's not his blood. It's his mentor, and before it was his mentor's mentor. It is blood transferring rituals that create the GOAT, the greatest of all time. He asks him if he can feel it inside. He reveals he was telling him the truth, that his contact with the Savior will end next year, and they will need a new quarterback. And as now they share the same blood, it's only fair that they will fight to the death, and whoever comes out alive will be the new GOAT. They start a fight, and Isaiah has the upper hand, attacking in his head wound. He then grabs hold of him and breaks his hand. He then asks him what the opposite of Savior. It's killer. Cam then grabs his helmet, and he attacks him with it. As he thrashes his head, in the background, the crowd cheers. Bloodied, he comes out and sees the owner and his agent, Tom, wearing a pig mask, singing the national anthem of America. Elsie sits there with a pen and a contact. He comes forward through the cheerleaders. When the owner tells him to sign and receive gifts, Elsie is handing him the pen, but he stops as he understands it's the deal with the devil. The owner gets frustrated. Tom comes forward to pursue him. He says that his father has sacrificed a lot to bring him here, and he just defeated the GOAT, so it's his to take. Cam bursts into laughter, grabbing the weapon before him. He curses at them. Tom, furious, demands just sign the contract. They've been grooming Cam since childhood. His own father struck the deal. The attack was their ploy to isolate and prepare him. The owner says that sign the contract or he will kill his whole family. He closes his eyes and remembers his father and his childhood. When he gets a glimpse of his mom, saying she will always love him, he opens his eyes and says no. The man with the goat mask tries to hit him, but he ducks and hits him instead. He starts smashing his head. Elsie tells others to stop him, but others can't do anything. Frustrated, she says she will do it herself and goes to attack him with a knife. But she falls, and the knife goes through her throat. He throws a sword at an owner and starts to eliminate them one by one. At last, he dislodged the head of the main owner. He then goes towards Tom, and he begs for mercy, but after seeing something behind him, he asks him to finish him. But he stops, and an unknown force starts to pull. It holds him in the circle. As Cam leaving behind him, some unknown force eliminates Tom. It's most likely the devil. You were watching a recap of the 2025 film, Him. Hit the like button if you have enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel and get notified about our next video. Till then, you may also like this.